Welcome to the latest episode of Branding the Experience, where we discuss ways we can create environments where employees actually want to come to work and customers want to keep coming back. Hi, I'm Ken Bader, your host for Branding the Experience, also the organizational culture and world-class service standards expert with our show today, which is Laughter is Contagious. Now, those of you that listen to my podcast, Cool Culture Corner, probably already heard earlier this week part of my interview with Kim McIntyre, who is a certified laughter leader. And we had a great conversation, but I saved a couple of pieces from our discussion specifically for branding the experience, because we have to brand the experience for our employees so they in turn can brand the experience for our customers. And there were a couple things specifically that I thought were perfect for branding the experience. One, which was her conversation on a comedy routine. Now, that's something that you can do in a very clean, fun, and light way with customers. When I've always worked in service jobs, I've tried to joke with customers. Much as I mentioned with Kim, I ended up doing some of these things that comedians do without even realizing that I was doing it. But it's a way to make customers laugh and create an experience. And the other thing that I want to share is a great tip from her on having some laughter, either doing a laugh exercise, as you'll see that she recommends, or, just frankly, getting on your phone and watching a quick 2 or 3 minute comedy routine before doing one of those tough tasks, because it helps to rewire your brain and gets you in the right mindset to handle some of those tough tasks and problems. But enough of me talking. Let's listen to Kim. Today I have another great guest, and we've been really blessed lately to have guests with very, very specific expertise that really applies to culture building as well as branding in many respects. And today is no different. We have Kim McIntyre, who is the stress relief strategist and laughter yogini. That's a new one. Kim teaches people how to live with less stress and more joy. Throughout her life, she's challenged herself to expand her comfort zone. I could certainly learn from that, especially it seems like you were able to heal the fear of deep water, and I certainly have that. Maybe we could talk about that offline. Her natural curiosity has led to receive many certifications, including stress relief specialist, transformational coach, interfaith minister, and certified laughter leader, and that's what we want to spend the most time with. Kim, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me. So great to be here.
How do you find ways to interject the right type of fun and the right type of laughter to your team?
If you want to get really deep into it, there are like comedy tips that you can play with, like one of my favorite things that I like to always be on the lookout for is what in comedy is called a callback, meaning something was said 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes ago in the conversation, and you, in a clever way, bring that piece of information into whatever's being discussed right now. So that's a fun thing to play with. And if you ever watch like hosts interviewing really funny people on late night comedy or whatever, you'll see that happen over and over again, that they'll just bring another piece forward, and the surprise element is where the humor comes from.
Yeah.
Another one that's a comedy technique is the rule of 3. Mm-hmm. So it can be done as, in a speech or, just in conversation. You go, oh, you can do this or you can do that, or you could come to the meeting in a gorilla suit. Like the third thing is always right. Something unexpected and funny. I say gorilla suit because my husband actually does do a gorilla suit every now and then.
We'll have to talk about that later, but continue.
Yeah. So those are some tips that you can play with.
Tips from the comedy routine are spot on. You don't necessarily need to take a comedy class for that. Yeah, I found that I was doing the things that you mentioned instinctually. I was at to give you an example, I was at a session that was similar to the New Media Summit where we met, where people got up and they kind of did their little commercial of who they were, and it seemed like the first few were saying, well, I got divorced and I had this problem and then I went and did that. And then another person got up and said, well, my 18 dogs died and this happened, and I went through all this trauma and then I did this. And I was sitting there waiting for my turn thinking, I got none of that. I'm just a guy that started a couple of businesses. And so I got up and did the callback. I said, well, I don't have any, really horrible stories to tell you, but, I feel like I need to make one up. So, I stepped on a tack on the way in here and people laughed and that laughter creates, true engagement. We talk about in branding the experience and creating environments where employees actually want to come to work. And I think laughter certainly does that. And environments where customers want to keep coming back. And I think it's very, very hard to have the latter if you don't have the former. If you have people, that just don't want to be there, it's tough to create that customer experience.
I want to mention one study that was done. You said how you watch the comedy piece. There was a study done where they had people watch a Robin Williams comedy clip, and then afterwards it showed that their ability to solve puzzles increased by 20%. Sure. So there is evidence out there that it's helpful for creativity and problem solving as well. But it's just always a positive thing to have more laughter in the workplace, And it's something that's kind of hard to describe. It's like it when you see it. Yeah. You can feel it when you walk into a place, whether or not there's that positive environment or not. And like you said, humor really makes people listen better to each other and to whoever's delivering content. It makes you more likable to be able to be in that sense of humor. So, but I think it's something you have to actually, unless you seem to have it naturally, but not everybody does. And even if you don't, you can choose to develop it, So.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your comment and thinking that, I'm always this positive, happy, funny guy. But, I've got some pretty dark places too. And frankly, while I'm not a psychiatrist or a doctor or anything along those lines, I do truly believe that the brain is a very, very complex system. I'm not one of those touchy-feely guys that, things happen for a reason, or, I'm dreaming this, therefore it's going to happen, or something like that. But I do believe, the mind is such a complex tool that, maybe when you're having a dream, it doesn't mean anything cosmic, but it is your brain trying to work through something. And I think that you can help to wire your brain properly, especially when you are in one of those dark places, to find something funny on your phone or to joke with somebody, because I do think that it creates a positive synapsing, if you will. Again, I'm not a doctor, in your mind that allows you, as you pointed out, to begin to do some real positive problem solving rather than just going down the rabbit hole in a further dark place. But great points.
Yeah,
please
go ahead. Definitely, I can tell you some examples for myself.
Please.
I use it because in my own business, when I'm doing a particularly difficult task, there's certain things in certain categories that I know are challenging for me as a solopreneur. And so I will purposely do laughter exercise before or during, or I will purposely bring that in. And there is a particular laughter exercise that I tell everyone to do. If you need to do laughter in a public place, a laughter exercise, but you don't want to, laugh out loud.
Right. So people don't think that you're completely nuts.
It wouldn't be appropriate. Right. There is a laughter exercise called the silent laugh, which looks like this. And honestly, I tell people if they need to in public to go in a bathroom stall and do that. And like there are times where networking meetings are another thing that's a little bit sometimes challenging for me.
Right.
I remember the first time I did it before a networking meeting, I went into the stall, I closed the door. The fact that there were women doing their makeup at the mirror, didn't know I was in there doing that, cracked me up even more. And so I'm in there going, and I went and had the best time. I met all kinds of great people because it instantly kind of shifted. Like it shifted my brain chemistry from nervousness to, okay, I'm ready to go have fun now and meet some people and connect with people.
Right.
You know, so it's a very powerful tool, and I think people should study it more for the science and whatever, but I wouldn't underestimate the power of it ever.
Yeah.
So
I completely agree. I'm one of those guys on the train or the plane. If I'm watching something funny, I don't give a crap what anybody else thinks. I'm just gonna laugh anyway, and they can think what they want.
Yeah.
but
yeah, for sure.
But great points. For those in our audience that want to take advantage of your services, because I think laughter is so critical, whether it's personally, if you're going through a time where you need that, or in a lunch and learn in a business type setting, you know, how can they find you and your services, Kim?
Okay, well, my website is called joyfulbeing.com, and so you can check that out. Also on there is a laughter audio workshop. So I lead people through it all. I set it up properly so people understand if they want to do laughter exercise. And there's also some bonus humorous perspective exercises on there as well, and that's very affordable. And I'm actually going to give you guys a coupon code for your listeners. Perfect. So you can go purchase that. It's very affordable, so you can use that on your own. And what's great about that is sometimes trying to laugh when you're by yourself, laughter is a more communal activity. You can use the sound of the laughter on the recording to help you get into your own natural laugh groove. And you can also, if you're a team leader or something and you want to bring that into your team, you can just put it on to play, and I guarantee you they will laugh just laughing at me on the recording. So they can bond that way, just bringing that into the workplace that way. So that's definitely one way. And so joyfulbeing.com. And if people are interested in stress relief, laughter being one of the tools in my stress relief program, I have a free stress relief program that people can sign up for too, and they get a stress relief tool a week in their inbox. And so that it's just a gentle reminder that stress relief is important, because we all have overwhelm. We all have, you know, frustrations. We all have stress. That's a part of life. That's a part of business. And it's important for our health and well-being to be able to do something about that. So I give people a little toolbox to be able to figure out what works best for them and things that they can do quickly, like in 2 minutes to 10 minutes. Yeah. So
that's awesome, Kim. Yeah, so you're basically giving people a laugh track. That's perfect.
Yeah, it's a laugh track. But it's more than a laugh track. It's proper instruction on how to use it and what the benefits are to kind of motivate people to actually put it into action.
Yeah. So. And all those people that get upset with me for laughing at my own jokes, hey, I'm creating my own laugh track, darn it, and at least I'm finding it, and I'm helping myself, even if you don't think it's funny. But Kim, thank you so much. Such an important subject, and a subject, frankly, is too important to take so seriously. We need to laugh more. Kim, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much, Ken, for having me. Oh, wait, the coupon code.
Yes,
for you folks, if they want it. Yes,
forgot the coupon code. Coupon code.
KB Laugh for Ken Bader. KB Laugh in the coupon code box in the shopping cart.
Perfect. And we'll also put that in the show notes and make sure people can get to it easily.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you again, Kim.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And thank you for everybody that listens, is watching. Bye-bye. Now a word from our sponsor, Bader Training and Consulting. BTC is the creator of the B+C+S formula. Our clients that implement that formula increase their net income by 124% and grow their business by 17% on average. The best place to start working with Bader Training and Consulting is with our B+C+S audit. The service pinpoints issues as well as attributes of your business's unique brand,
culture, and strategy. Learn more or sign up for a B plus C plus S audit at www.btcinc.net/BCS-audit.